What's happening, fandoms? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we react to music videos and shows. Today we're back to The Expanse. We're in season 4, episode 2. This one's entitled Jetsam. No idea what that could mean. I'm hoping we'll find out. But in the last episode, we got introduced to a whole bunch of new characters, either directly or indirectly. We've got a bunch of Belters who took over a planet and named it Illis. And then, of course, the UN sending an expedition, an outfit called the RCE. I want to say, I can't remember what it is, but Royal Charter or something. But it's a science expedition, and they've been granted rights to this planet by the UN and Mars. Problem, though, is the Belters already live there. So there's some conflict. A shuttle went down. In the show, it's unclear how this occurred. There is what appears to be projectiles shooting up through the shuttle from the ground, but there's no clear confirmation of that in the show. It could have been a natural occurrence of some sort, because after Holden and the Rossi crew arrived, they observed a cloud of these metallic insect-like creatures that did significant damage to people and buildings and objects. They were bad news, and that's literally where we ended the episode. So it's unclear if we're rewriting how things happen. Perhaps we'll find out later or in this episode. In the books, the shuttle was deliberately destroyed by a small faction of the Belters who are radicalized and did not want them to land. It was somewhat accidental. They were trying to destroy the shuttle's landing pad in the book, and accidentally got the shuttle along with it, something along those lines. But these Belters are not all just random people. We are being reintroduced to the family of Katoa, who is May's friend from the Protomolecule Soldier program, the Caliban program, the one who did not make it through because he was converted into a proto-soldier, or whatever you want to call them. But his father knew Prax, and they had a bit of an altercation in season 3, or early season 3, when they went to Ganymede. And so these are refugees from Ganymede, some of whom we've met before, and we're gonna determine that. We'll figure that out pretty soon, I think. We also met Murtry, who is played by an amazing actor. I forget his name, but he always plays a fantastic bad guy. As soon as I saw his face, I knew that was gonna be the chief of security, because he's always pegged for the bad guy, and Murtry is gonna be a bit of a foil in this season. We saw that kind of come to a head when Holden and the crew entered the little Illis / New Terra village, and everybody's pointing guns at everybody else because the tensions are hot here. So let's dive into this and see what we're gonna get. Good morning, Beltaloda. Here we go. If you'd like to see full-length versions of this episode and all of our other shows, they're available on our Patreon. The link is below.
The first episode of every season is available for free to watch on our Patreon.
Thank you. Yep. Oh, we're right back into this.
Sense log, see if you can trace where those things came from, and put every scope that's on the Israel down on this location.
Got it, Chief.
Any more swarms are heading our way, I want to know before they get.
What is it? I'll let you know.
Those things were
Yep, scientists.
Maybe these are the things that brought down your shuttle.
Yeah.
Gonna need to learn all these people's names. They're not giving us much.
It's made out of metal.
So it's a machine?
Well, that's very terrestrial thinking.
Oh, is it?
Oh, what the hell? Is this the aftermath of the battle? These people are just floating through the ring, dead. Oh my god.
We only had the bodies on our scopes for a few seconds before they hit the periphery and dissociated.
It sends a message that the peace cannot change a century of anger overnight, and that there are Belters who still know how to hate.
You know a few of them, don't you,
We're
Ashford?
going to test the settlers for infection. It appears to be some form of protomolecule tech, and we think we know where they came from. We're heading over with an RCE scientist to investigate. We'll let you know what we find.
It's going to scare people.
Maybe that's not so bad. It'll support your position that going through the rings is too dangerous.
Sometimes I fucking hate being
Mhm.
right.
Poor Christian.
You're very good in those boots, man.
Oh, they're in space. Where are
I'm a
they?
good teacher. I like the things you see better than the ones I do.
I'm confused who this guy is. Did they recast her husband? I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading the cues wrong.
Detained or searched. Remain in place until you receive further instructions.
What is happening here?
Marion Valley Police action. All individuals in the vicinity may be detained or searched. Remain in place until you receive further instructions.
What? Why are they tagging her?
Demolition Tech 3rd Class Roberta W. Draper.
Jesus, is that what this is all about?
Your file says you were directly involved in the deaths of 2 members of your Marine fire team.
Nah, it's not really true.
There's a lot more to that story, but I'm betting you don't care. If you're asking me if I saw anything, I didn't.
I assume they train you Special Forces types to resist augmented interrogation.
Yeah.
You seem very fond of Earthers. For a Martian, I mean.
Fuck you!
They're treating Bobby
Everything
bad.
I've ever done has been for Mars. I came back here to willingly face a court-martial for Mars.
Yeah, she didn't get treated this way in the books. Must have a purpose. We're definitely changing a lot of the story here.
It's just a simple test.
Give me Forvetti.
Portable cuffs from the med bay.
God damn. How did anyone live through this?
Amos. You're not wrong. This was horrible.
I think someone blew up this pad.
There we go. Yep. Amos would know. He's probably done it a couple times.
There was no sign of any of those bugs. The only weird thing was the blasting cap.
You know how Belters are. If they can't use it, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. You've got us totally figured out.
Yeah, this is just an extension of the Belter Inners fight. Looks cool though. Like the crystalline structures. Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, we just got here.
Get the MS-702 sampler and attach it directly to the side.
What were you expecting?
I have no idea. It just feels dead.
Just touch it like it's gonna open because it recognizes you or something. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, look at that. You are all good.
Lucy.
Lucia, okay. Yeah, I thought that was Lucia.
What, you don't have an autoclave?
Used to. Brought it down from the pub, but a week later it died.
Looks like we got 2 new customers.
This is Jacob, my husband, and our daughter Felcia.
It's a pleasure to
Oh,
make your acquaintance.
interesting.
No one at the mine saw any bugs. Guess we were the lucky ones. We full for dinner?
Alex, you're welcome to join for dinner.
Oh, yeah, no, it's been a...
I swore we would see Basia right there. Maybe Basia is a different character here.
You speak for this camp?
Where did you get this?
At the pad. Your people blew up that pad deliberately. That's what took down our shuttle. You killed a lot of my people.
That's ridiculous.
He is not reasonable. He's also not wrong. So,
Your friend left.
Who, Marty? It's not my friend. What do you got on tap?
What you got to barter?
It will take years before we can begin to seriously consider colonization. Gentlemen?
We just received
damn, she is fabulous. Look at that outfit. Very interesting how this is developing. Maybe this is Bobby's ticket out of this nasty situation she's in.
Have a lovely evening.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Bobby.
Ooh, rude.
Who are you?
Arjun Avasarala, at your service.
Oh, they did
I have
recast
wanted to meet
him.
you for such a long time to thank you in person.
I wonder what happened to the other actor. Did we lose him?
And respectfully, if you married Christian, you're a hell of a lot braver than I ever was.
He died in defense of Earth and Mars and the greater truth that unites us. A
That
great planet has no
Warhawk knew
monopoly
him.
on people of courage and conscience. They're here as well. And so let us take a moment of silence for Admiral Sauder and all those like him on both sides.
Medina Station continues to exist only by the goodwill of Earth and Mars, and our fleets. Belters would do well to remember that.
Wow. Direct threat? That was a direct threat.
They want to head on a spike so they don't look weak.
Well, they are weak. The Inners can no longer police the belt.
What is she doing that's not what she said she was gonna do? Ugh. Gross. Was she just barely holding on, or? Oh, damn. She just, like, narked herself up, or what? Drugged out?
Stop fussing.
Naomi?
Don't say anything to Holden.
Mm.
He'll overreact. He's got enough on his mind already. Please.
This is how we're gonna end up back in orbit. Medical complications.
I played a hunch that the pirate who attacked the Amberjack might be related to the one who spaced the Sojourner's colonists.
This will need to be sanctioned. Talk to Dawes. I'll reach out to Fred Johnson. It'll take a big bounty to bring this one in.
Well, that's how we're introducing Marco.
Not even a goodbye?
You were busy, but it was nice to meet your husband. What?
Fuck these people. If they don't see how glorious you are, they don't deserve you.
I don't need you to save me. You don't owe me this.
Bobby.
Good night, ma'am.
Well, that's really sad.
I gotta file a report. I gotta tell them that it was...
Jim.
What
Yeah,
did he
Bella's
say?
gone.
He wants me to go back.
Those openings were definitely not there before.
So the answer to the question of who killed the proto-molecule builders is in there.
I don't know. He said something in there might help him. This is why we came here.
All right, I'm going with you.
This
We're
is
all going.
very
Actually,
quick.
I'd feel a hell of a lot better if someone stayed at the Rossi, watched our asses in case we need backup.
All right, well, Holden and I are going on this
Later.
mission.
He does not care.
Yo.
He's trading bullets for shots of this nasty liquor.
It's late.
Do not like how they're doing Bobby dirty. Her story was so much nicer. But something's going on. There's a reason we're doing it this way. Her nephew's involved in something, I guess.
But your girlfriend here knows something about a customs agent getting beat to death down by the docks this morning.
No, not a thing. Weird.
Hmm.
Shut the door.
Yeah,
Finish
no
this
wonder.
up. The clock is ticking and the boss is waiting.
Yeah, it'll just take a minute to...
No, we're leaving. Whatever he was doing for you, it's over.
David, baby, your aunt is becoming a problem.
They had no idea what they were in for here. Oh, that stuff was all gooey. Get the girlfriend.
Fucked.
Hurry up!
Oh boy, this. She's clearly screwing with some massive criminal elements here. Those won't be the top. They're gonna come after her. All right, just go. Go, go, go.
I'm good!
Back on series.
Fuck.
Get this water theft. It's always a big problem.
I'd settle for just not having your voice in my head.
One voice in his head. Well, that would be swell.
What does that mean?
He's got
100,000
millions.
people died on arrows. Try carrying that around in your skull.
You still hear their voices?
Voices.
Brutal.
Memories.
Okay. I thought she was married.
Hey, Pampa! Hey! Hey, Juro Nanu! Yeah, you, Pampa!
Somebody in this shithole killed 23 of my friends.
Yeah. It's not wrong.
Ja, verehrte. They ain't over yet.
Now that was a threat.
Yeah. Wow, things are escalating so quickly. soon as I saw his name was Coop, I knew he wasn't gonna last long. Didn't think it was gonna be that quick though. Okay. Ooh. Oh shit.
Hold on! I gotcha!
Oh, Alex's hat. I like that hat.
Come on! Come on! Give me a hand!
Oof. Damn.
Son of a bitch.
Jim, what's happening?
Oh, he rescued his hat.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all right.
That's funny. Oh, what is this doing? Oh man.
What in the hell did you do?
Wow. Surprised me. They do it differently in this season. Very interesting. Well, yeah, they've absolutely changed this story around. Things are not happening exactly the way that I thought they would. I was warned that that would happen, but it still is catching me by surprise. I kept thinking I was seeing people that I wasn't. I recognize Lucia from the books. I recognize Coop. Coop is dead now, just like in the books. 23 people dead on the shuttle. They did blow up the shuttle pad. Man, that debris field is just horrendous. It does not look like anyone could have survived a crash of that nature, but obviously some people did. We've got the main female scientist. I forgot her name, but we'll get it sometime soon. I think she's going to end up being important, I believe. She's from the shuttle that came down. And then I'm rather surprised that Amos, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe that was somebody different, but it looked like Lucia and Amos were getting it on. But Lucia was married to somebody named Jacob, so I don't know why that's happening. But absolutely this story is changing. In the books, Holden did not trigger something that caused lightning storms, and it'll be interesting to see what the impact of that is. There are all sorts of unknown dangers and things waiting to try and kill everyone on this planet. It'll be fun to see how they're all depicted, but I don't know that I'm gonna be able to say what's happening. I thought we were advancing the plot to essentially the very end, because Holden and Miller ultimately dive down into this system of caves, and maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't. I have no idea with the way the writers are redoing this show, and I actually like that a lot because it means I don't know what's happening. It's fresh for me, even though the outline, like the broad outline of this story, probably is going to go in a similar direction. The details are utterly different. Some of them, obviously, Murtry taking umbrage with Coop and just dropping him in the middle of the street. That's the same. Might have happened at a different time of day. I don't know. But yeah, definitely. Murtry is doing himself no favors by escalating tensions. But ultimately his goal is destroy all of these belters and get them out of the way, because he is certainly seems to be following a similar line. He is not likable. He is not trying to be likable. He doesn't do things that are gonna make him a likable character. He doesn't need to be justified in his violence. He just does what he thinks is the right thing to do. And that, I suspect, is going to continue as a theme through this season, because Murtry is just awful through the books. Maybe they'll change how he's awful, but he's just awful. And man, the actor plays a brilliant bad guy. Everything I've seen him in, he's a bad guy. Every single time he is typecast. And he's so good at it. So it makes sense. He's just brilliant at portraying kind of that sociopathic, just mean for the sake of being mean kind of guy. And he's just so good at it. You're gonna love to hate him. And I'm enjoying it. Now, the storyline with Naomi and her cardiovascular system, that's different. Naomi, when Holden got to the planet in the books, they just sent down a shuttle from the Rossi. And just, it was, I think it was just Holden and Amos that went down to the planet. And Alex and Naomi stayed up in orbit and did Overwatch and observed things. It looks like a lot of that role is being taken on by the ship, the Thomas Prince. And so seems like any analysis or top-down view, kind of Overwatch stuff that we need from the Rossi is currently being performed by, no, did I call it the Thomas Prince? No, it's not the Thomas Prince. It's the, I forget what the RCE ship's name is, but it's up there doing its thing and giving them, satellite type views and science scans and whatever high-tech mumbo jumbo sci-fi stuff that they need to do. But eventually we're gonna need the Rossi back up in orbit, and I think that this cardiovascular issue is the mechanism by which that happens. It was really cool to see all of them together down on the planet, but I don't think that's gonna last too much longer. Yeah, very surprised to see them opening up this monolith-like structure so quickly. But they're clearly shifting that story around to make it so that the protomolecule structures and mechanisms are visibly more of a threat than they were in the books. I don't think we even did anything with these structures in a realistic way until, I don't know, 3/4 of the way through book 4. So a lot of the other stuff just seemed to be consequences of evolution and this second biome that had generated around the planet after the builders wiped it clean the first time around, basically. So, but they're definitely setting up some things that it seems like we're aware that this planet was essentially reconstructed by the protomolecule. It came down, and this is likely what the fate of Earth would have been had the Phoebe probe not gotten trapped in orbit and frozen until humans found it, billions of years later. So this is what Earth would have been like, basically, because that's the purpose of the proto-molecule, is to find these systems, pave the way, open the rings, and prepare it for whatever the race is that made the proto-molecule. So yeah, so we're getting a look at what we dodged somehow, luckily, in the Earth system. Very cool. Liking this a whole lot. The visuals are brilliant. I loved the little isocohedronic light that they dropped down. That was cool. Still using regular old climbing gear with carabiners, even this far in the future. But very, very interesting. I look forward to seeing how the changes they're making will impact the story, because they're definitely making some pretty big swing kind of changes. So I'm excited to see the different things that are going to happen as a result. All right, I'm gonna leave it right there. I appreciate all of you guys with your support in the comments down in the YouTube, and also out on Patreon, giving me little hints about what to expect, but not ruining things for me. I appreciate that a lot. Thanks for all your subscriptions, all the support, all the likes. Everything really helps. We really do appreciate it. We'll see you in the next video.